Okay, we're back and we're going to draw a little bit more delineation. This is kind of how to draw your shingles and things such as that. So what I want to do first of all is you'll notice where we had over here, and this, remember, this is a sheet I've laid down on top, but these are your shingles over here on your roof that you've seen. And what you want to do is I'm going to kind of mimic what you just saw, what you just looked at right there. I'm going to just draw it a little bit bigger for you. And what you want to do, if you can just imagine here for a minute that that's your garage beyond, and this is the pitch of your roof, and I know it's not the exact same pitch that you have, and I'm drawing this kind of quick, and there's your trim up the gable. Well, what you want to do to give it a little bit of feel is you can give it some dimension by putting these little shingles actually in there. And just to enlarge that for you, what I'm actually doing is up that slope, I'm actually drawing the shingle in so that it has a little bit of detail to it. Now it's a little harder to see at this scale, but you can see that up that slope you actually see the shingles overlapping each other. So we'll show you how to do that a little bit more in detail at hands-on time, but you want to do that up all the slope portions of your roof, and you can do it with a triangle and just come up and over, and you might want to try to do that before you can kind of do it freehand, but as you get better you'll be able to do it freehand. But in the elevation, you want to draw your shingles, basically you want to put a little bit of depth in them. I'm drawing these a little darker than probably you will, but you put a little shake in it and a little skip, so it doesn't just look like lines. It actually has some dimension to it, and you kind of delineate those shingles out. And remember, farther away it should be lighter, closer in it should be darker. But if you'll do that and get your shingles going, it'll end up looking fairly good when you're, so feel free to practice that, and you can delineate those shingles to your heart's content. Now to draw cedar shakes, and what you want to do, let's assume that this here is that part of the garage over there, you put a little 4-inch trim to stop it at. But basically cedar shakes kind of alternate their self, so you can see that they kind of stagger, and I'm not trying to draw the exact how to build the shake, but more or less kind of mimic what they look like. So you can feel free to kind of measure some of these. This is done by the computer, so it's it might look a little bit better than what you can do by hand. But basically you just kind of stagger those joints and try not to make them look so perfect that they're just boxes. Put a little irregularity in it, and it'll look better. And that's going to take a little bit of practice on your own to be able to do that. Now here, let's practice drawing a window. Now you had a window, and I'm not drawing this to scale, I'm just drawing it to show you how to do it. So you had a window, that's all you've got right now, is you've got just a rectangle. So what you're going to do is you're going to measure out 4 inches and go ahead and trim that window out. Four inches all the way around it. It's just a board that will go around it. Now some people like to put like a little stool right here at the bottom, which is about 1 inch thick, and then come down with your 4 inches, and they kind of like the way that is. Or you can just put that 4 inches all the way around it. It's kind of personal preference what you have. Now your window, you would then, if you've got a double hung, then you're going to divide it in half, and each part of this, for the purposes of our drawing, we'll make these parts of the window about 2 inches in width or height. So you've got a portion that divides the top double hung from the bottom part of the double hung, and you're going to draw these around. I'm skipping measurement, but measure each one of these about 2 inches. I'm trying to do this in a hurry, in interest of time, and as you can see I got off a little bit, but measure each one of these to about 2 inches. Now you'll notice that the bottom part of the double hang, this part on the inside is what would go up behind this. So this line would be all the way across here in your double hung, because there's actually another part looks like this just right behind it. Then you want to draw in the buttons that you want, whether you want you measure these to kind of divide them up into 3, and you can do 3 this way and 3 that way, however how many lights that you want. So that would be a what they call a 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 over 9, 9 panes over 9 panes, and then you can just draw these buttons and mullions in to divide your glass up just like you wanted to do it. If you want more, that's fine. If you want less, that's fine. It's totally up to you. And then you would have your shutters beside that, and that would be the same height again as your window. And then you could just draw your louvers in like that. And then you draw it on the other side as well. Same principle applies to when you're drawing your door. Make it look like the door that you have chosen. So that's in a nutshell the delineation of your exterior elevations, and we'll go over a little bit more hand on hand.